Hi, welcome back, or welcome to another episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master Haphazard DM on Twitter, or just call me Ryan. Today's side story is going to be a little different. We have actually two awesome guests with us today, two buddies of mine. We'll go ahead and start introducing the players for today's session. So we have three individual players today, and we have Mr. Rob, also aka known as Nomu, who's going to be playing a quick guest character in today's session, little cameo. So we'll go ahead and start with our first player, Charlie Eskew, who is an award-winning author that wrote the book Tales of the Astonishing Black Spark, and another book, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charles, When the Light Lay Still.
That is in fact correct, Ryan.
Is that the one that is regarding the Judge Dredd series?
Yeah, it's a prequel to it, so that was just one of the stories that was done for it.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And you are, Charles here is from Columbus, Ohio, correct?
Yep.
Do you want to kind of just tell us about yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm a Cancer. I like long walks on the beach, but I don't like sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere. But no, I'm a writer. I'm a nerd person who is totally geeked out and stoked to be joining the campaign or a side story quest for Taverns and Caverns. So
awesome. Well,
yeah,
it's a pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here.
Hoping to have you come along as a guest character or some more other, or for other side
Hopefully,
stories
yeah.
or whatever.
I love that. Yeah.
And really quick, I did read these Tales of the Astonishing Black Spark.
Oh,
very fun story, very quirky. If you guys like superheroes, very satire-like writing, then I would definitely give that book a try. So next up, we have a Twitch streamer, gamer, also known as Fujiwater22. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, he is going to be playing a guest character in the side story today as well. So, Fujiwater, or just Fuji?
Just Fuji is fine.
All right. Do you want to kind of talk about yourself a little bit?
Myself?
Yeah.
Right,
what you do? What kind of games do you play? Or?
Let me hold on. Wait, no, let's not rush. I'm a Virgo. I give my sign up. I've known a good buddy Ryan here for a long time, and I'm part of another D&D group we have, the Lords of Galakon's Inn. We've been playing that for 8 years. So
Almost 9.
Yeah, a long time. But about the Twitch, I play just assortment of games, just chat with chat, just whatever comes to mind, just trying to be different.
It's cool. And how's the streaming working for you? Is it pretty busy?
It's not busy per se. I mean, it takes a good amount of time and a little work, editing videos and that kind of thing. But I enjoy it. It's really fun.
That's cool.
Interacting with people from all over the world is really fun.
Awesome. That's cool. So for the listeners here, if you guys enjoy watching streamers play video games, definitely give Fujiwater22 a shout out. Check him out.
I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that.
And our third player goes by the name of Rod. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? He's a buddy of mine here in Columbus, Ohio, and this is his first time, I think, playing D&D.
Yes, this is my first time. Also a Cancer.
shout out to Cancers.
Don't have anything special like these other two gentlemen over here, but
I don't know about that.
Right.
Like I said, this is my first time playing D&D. Decided to play.
And correct me if I'm wrong, from my understanding, so you wanting to play D&D, this is something you've been wanting to try for years, right?
Yes,
you just haven't been able to find a group.
Yes, I haven't been able to find a group, and yeah.
Yeah, well, see, this is awesome. And you also started listening to Taverns and Caverns when we had started.
Yes.
And that's kind of what helped kick that back in. So when you came to me talking about wanting to play D&D again, that just made my day. When I can hear people listen to the podcast and enjoy it, and when it makes them want to try D&D for the first time or for the 50th time, that makes my day. So I'm happy to have you here today, Rod. So I'm hoping you enjoy your first session of D&D. I won't go too hard on you.
Oh, okay. That's a lot.
Right?
I've played with this man 8 years.
Cool. All right. So, and again, Rob's here. He's going to be playing an NPC for a brief moment. You all will hear him soon enough. So, before we begin today's session or today's side story, really quick, give us a quick, brief description of your characters, what they look like, how old they are, things like that. You don't have to go into too deep of a background, but just so the audience knows, has an idea of what to imagine when you're playing your character. So we'll go ahead and start with Charles.
Oh, okay. I will be playing Vacum Villas. He is a wood elf, and he is, I'd say, about like 6 foot because I'm 5'9", and you know, fantasy. but yeah, no, he is a fighter, to be specific, a battle master, and he has all black hair with one streak of blonde, a short cowl, a left arm that is generally bandaged at all times due to his tattoos, and he is a very good fighter. His nickname is Vacum Sockum, so that was very clever, and I'm very proud of it. So yeah, that's kind of where we are.
All right, cool. All right, Fuji.
All right, so I'll be playing a Goliath bard named Dalsrai Kongmirez. So, funny play on that. If you're part of the Twitch chat or been friends with me a long time, you know, it's based off a certain character. I won't go into it right now, but maybe later. But yeah, he's a bard. I say this man stands at a whopping 7'2". It's a tall man, right?
Taller than Rogar.
Glass of water, if you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, he's just...
Oh my.
You know, he was exiled at a very young age because he didn't want to fall in line with, you know, the staple. So he's just been kind of wandering around doing his own thing, singing tales of different people's glory and maybe his own here and there, you know.
Awesome. All right, so next we have Rod.
I will be playing a character named Yug. He is a changeling. He is a rogue assassin. He, as a baby, he was found by Thief Guild Master, and he was raised like his own son. But the other thieves in the guild didn't like him, a changeling being part
Makes
of
sense.
their
Changelings are shifty.
and they had betrayed both of them, and you know, they went to kill him and try to leave him for dead. I survived, and I took revenge, and that's how I fell into the line of assassins.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, now that we have kind of an idea of everyone's character, let's go ahead and start Side Story Episode 4. The session will begin on a long, dark, dreary night, somewhere deep within dark caverns, unaware of, or the players unaware of where they're at. So we're starting the session. Everyone is waking up slowly in a dark and dreary cell. Mm-hmm. The cell is made of all wood, but the bars are of metal. The three players or characters, Yug, which is Rod's character, Vacum, Charlie's character, and DK for Fuji's character. All three of you they begin to wake up around the same time, you know, give or take a minute or two after the other. You all notice as you're slowly waking, you can hear in the distance thunder, but the whole room is dark. You can also hear slight drips of water hitting the ground and off in the distance. Thank you.
That was Charlie. Yeah.
Thanks, man, for the writing there.
Right.
But as you wake, you hear these drops of water. You can barely see unless you have dark vision, which I know some of you do. The three of you share the same cell. And as you guys are waking, you hear clanging of armor, or what sounds like armor in the distance. And as you guys look around, there are two other cells across the room from you. In one cell, there is a figure that's sitting in the corner. Can't see the face of the person. They have a hood over their head, and they're just sitting there cross-legged with their arms folded against the corner. In the cell next to that figure, there are two other individuals. You see one man, about 5'2", walking back and forth, pacing, with a tail and cat-like ears. He is a tabaxi. with a yellow, like fur to him with black stripes. Next to that pacing tabaxi in this same cell as him sits another individual, a halfling. Very rugged looking, clothing is torn, wearing all leather. He looks a bit shocked, frightened, confused, and he's just muttering to himself, murmuring, whispering. You can't tell exactly what he's saying. But in the distance, you also, as I said, you heard the armor, or what sounds like armor, clanging, and it's slowly coming down towards you. And as that armor clanging gets closer, a man in full armor, full plate, with a helmet and a cloak over top, looks down at the three of you, ignoring the other three across the room from you. "My lord, they're down here."
"Thank you, Sir Garibaldi." He looks at the assassin. "I'm sure you know who I am. Assassin, you tried to kill me. And your efforts have earned you these bars. I was rudely interrupted while I was drinking sweet reds from my private stocks. To be down here." He looks over at the pit fighter. "My oh my, you again. I lost quite a bit of coin from you."
You lost coin. You lost coin. Man.
"Yes, and gold from my pocket is absolutely reprehensible. Bardiche the Bruiser is the champion of Salora. I should have never lost coin. And who is that over there? Is that a Goliath?"
Yeah, whatever, baby. How you doing? What's your name?
Sir Garibaldi. Who is this?"
"Sir, this man here, the Goliath. Some people in Salora found him in the taverns. The only Goliath in town. You know we don't like their kind. So we ended up jumping him, put him to sleep, brought him here, you know. He was only going to make trouble for you, sir."
Hey, what you got against tall people? Hold up.
"Nothing against tall people. We just don't like your kind here."
They roughed you up something fierce, as I see. Never bring this issue to me again. I do not want to be caught in this kind of business.
"Yes, sir. Forgive me, sir."
I have to do something about this. Since I lost gold, I plan on having a return. Perhaps she will have more use than I will.
"And sir, she told us that the 5,000 gold you lost from the pit fights from that guy," he pointed,
My 5,000.
"that 5,000 is in the storeroom. She's going to hand it over to you, sir."
Excellent. He starts to walk away. Taverns and Caverns, side story, episode 4, The Long Night.
Did you guys hear that?
Awesome. All right, so the armored guard or knight, he turns and he begins to walk away. My liege, Lord Butterfriend, come this way. I'll take you to the storeroom."
Thank you, Lord Garibaldi.
So the man walks off with Lord Butterfriend. And as they walk off, they leave our players stranded in this cell alone with the other three random people across the room from them. So with them leaving, the players, or all three of you, are now stranded alone in the same cell. What do you do?
So Vakum is sitting against a wall, and he has what's essentially a rubber ball in his hand, and just bouncing against the wall, passing some time. And he's kind of bored, so he's just humming a melody that a bard once made for him. It's just, his name is Vakum. He is known to sock 'em. Any bout he's come across, he has always rocked 'em. And every time he goes over it, bouncing his ball against the wall, he's unintentionally getting a little louder and louder.
Does this interrupt anything?
His name is Vakum. Sorry, okay.
I finally wake up after Lord Butterfriend leaves.
Sock 'em.
Can you please Stop that.
Any bout? Oh, sorry.
Please. My head is killing me right now.
Oh, my mistake. I've wound up in situations like this before. I've sailed the seas and fought the fights.
Whatever.
My name is Vakum, by the way. I am known to sock 'em.
Yes, I heard.
So at this point, Dalsrai is going to try to stand up, but as he does, he hits his head. It's like, oh, baby, I ain't think these accommodations ain't made for a Goliath like me. Oh, man.
DK? Is that you?
Oh, snap, is that my boy? I ain't seen you since... I can't even remember. It's been a long time. How you been, man? Well, you ain't looking good because you ain't here with me.
Long way from the forest, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. I was just traveling, at the tavern, trying to get a hot meal and maybe get a good night's rest, and they jumped me. They put a sleep smell on you, boy.
Yes.
My character just jumps in. I'm Vakum, by the way.
Yes. I get that.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Well, welcome. I'm Desiree Kong Mirez, but please call me DK for sure.
DK, I like that. All right.
Thank you, man.
I don't like this cell, though.
I'm sure. My name's Yug. I was... my head.
You ain't all the way here yet.
Goodness, how have you two ended up in this cell with me?
Like I said, man, I was in the forest, and then I was just trying to go into town to get something to eat, but they put a sleep suit on you, boy.
Oh.
I'm just trying to eat, man. Come on.
I was here for a job, and...
You trying to kill? You still killing people?
Just, never mind that. Anyway, I was here for a job. Someone gave me the wrong intel. Oh, brother friend.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I got jumped myself,
Why
as
am
the
I
kids
here?
say.
I don't understand. I was just trying to eat.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those sleeping potions. I once heard of someone who had one thrown in some Jello. That was bad. It's all kinds of bad.
Well, as the three of you are talking amongst one another, the tabaxi across is still moving back and forth, pacing. He's not really paying much attention to either one of you. The halfling, though, next to him, that's muttering whispers to himself. He's sitting down, holding himself, shaking, and he slowly looks over your way, and he slowly gets up, and he walks over to the bars of the cell he's in. He grabs onto the bars, and he just starts looking at you guys, but doesn't say anything. And then the cell next to those two, you see the figure that was sitting in the corner by themselves with the hood. The figure eventually gets up and walks to the bars of their cell as well, and the figure takes the hood off. And when the figure takes the hood off, you notice it is an elf woman with dark red hair.
Oh, baby girl.
With green eyes. And she looks at the group's way, and she looks down at the halfling, shakes her head a bit, and then looks over at the three of you. Oi! Name's Canal. What brings you three here? What happened to you? Why are you here?
I don't want to talk about it.
Very cool. Okay.
Hey, you don't even code to the baby girl. Just state your name. I mean, it seems like you both know each other already. Hold up.
I'm Vakum. Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
It's nice to meet you, Vakum.
Thank you. You know what? That's very nice. It's been a long day, and my God, last night, let me tell you, I was socking them, as I do, and then a group of...
Oh, good.
God. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it. Welcome, Sock'em. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you. I am
pretty nifty.
very happy with how that turned out, yes.
And really quick with you, I know you're a changeling. You mentioned you were a changeling. Are you in your changeling form, or are you in another form right now?
I'm in a human form right now.
Okay.
Tannish skin, about 5'9",
Okay.
about average
All
human
right.
height.
All right. So you kept that human form.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what everyone here notices. Just want to make sure before we went any further, since you are a changeling.
Green eyes,
Okay. Perfect.
short hair.
And since DK met your character at some point, I'm assuming that he's met you in this persona before, which is why he would probably think it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. All right. Cool. Just want to get that out there real quick before we continue. So as you're talking to the elf woman named Kinel, the halfling that's holding onto the bars in the cell next to her. He sticks his arm out the bar and he tries to just grab at just thin air. And he looks at the three of you. This isn't a safe place. We have to get out of here. It's dangerous here. My name is Dorcas. The tabaxi next to me. His name is Dust in the Wind, but you just call him Dust.
I lean over to the guys. I think our friend here had a little dust in the wind. Just nudge them like 8 different times. Dust in the wind,
I
guys.
just shake my head.
The Corcus, the halflings. Do you know what they do to people that come here? You don't survive. There's a demon that lives here in these mountains.
A demon?
Yes. Do you guys know how to fight? Can you break the locks?
I mean, I can fight. I can sing. I'm a one-man show. What you talking about?
Oh, good. Break me out of here, please.
Break you out?
Yes.
I'm trying to get out here myself. I don't got none of my stuff.
Make me a perception check, Yug. So you'll roll your d20.
D20?
Yep.
Okay.
And then under your skills on your character sheet, under perception, you will add that number to your d20.
So, 12 plus...
Perception.
12 plus 5, so that's 17.
Okay. So you got a 17. So as this this halfling is talking to you, Yug is looking around and he notices on each door of each cell there is a lock that looks like it possibly could be picked at some point, but the locks look standard grade. They don't look like they're anything special, but that's something only you notice for now. I mean, unless the other two do perception checks to try and look around, but you see that. The halfling Corcus just, they're gonna eat us. Do you guys know what they do after you get eaten? You die! That's what happens! Get me out of here! Get me out! And he starts shaking the bars as hard as he can, and the tabaxi next to him that's pacing back and forth, Dust in the Wind is his name, a.k.a. Dust, looks over at Corcus. Shut up! Shut up! Do you want them to come down here and kill you sooner? I'm sorry, Dust. Forgive me. They killed someone yesterday. I can't handle it. I need to get out of here.
Calm down. Calm down.
Oi, these two here, these blokes, been loud all night.
I feel sorry for you.
So wait, let's get some stories straight. Valcom, why are you here?
So, it all began, and I'm
Get the short version.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Well, I was...
Man over here talking about we about to get eaten. I got stories to tell. I'm a bard, baby.
Relax.
Well, so what occurred in my harrowing journey was I was having my time in a fighting pit, as I do. I tend to get gold that way, and good gracious almighty, did I get a lot of gold this time.
How much gold is a lot of gold?
Well, have you ever held 5 gold?
Yeah, I mean,
5,000?
okay, that's a different story.
Yeah, I did set you up there. I apologize. Yeah, no. 5,000 freaking gold. Like,
all at once?
Yes. And don't mistake me. I have had, some would call it a privileged life.
I was like, you don't look like a poor man to me. You look like you had it well.
Thank you. I do my thing. I hit the gymnasi, which is the fighting pit name for our fitness center. After I go to the gymnasi, I tend to eat protein, which is a supplement of sorts that helps me grow. So
Hold on, let me get a little look at you. It's a little dark in here. You know, I can't stand fully up, so I gotta kind of hunch over. You know, I'm a tall glass of water. I stand at 7'2". Let me pick you up real quick. I'm real strong.
oh God.
Hey, look, you've been missing a few meals, but you know, you look all right. You look in good shape.
Thank you. Please don't hurt me.
He won't hurt you.
Well, as I was saying, I was basically doing my thing, which is socking them. And as I did, I noticed a lot of people watching this fight, which honestly, I mean, I do pretty well in the fighting pits, but this was
I
interesting.
don't know, man. I ain't never heard of you.
Okay, well, that's clearly a lie.
Yeah, that's
I really don't care.
Well, I
ignore Yugi. He's always like that. He's a sourpuss.
maybe you guys just didn't hear the song. Okay, so guys,
No,
All right. He socks him. Okay, I'm sorry, but yes, I ultimately won a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, this fight was a little rough. I got a little rough and tumbled there, but afterwards, a group of men just attacked me on the street. They're wearing masks though, so I couldn't quite make them out. And when I awoke, after the last thing I heard, something about a nutterfriend or butterfriend, something like that. Yeah, he told me that I heard that I lost him a lot of money, which kind of is the point of what I do.
Lost his life.
Yeah, should have lost a lot more.
That's Lord Butterfriend you're talking about.
Oh,
Do you know of him?
Lord Butter Asshole is what I.
Oh, you mean
I would
butter
call it.
toast?
So the
man?
5,000 gold you had, it's all gone now.
Oh yes, I will get it back. Believe me, I need that money. I don't really want to go into the whys and wherefores. As I tend to like to keep things short, gentlemen. So
Sure you do.
Yeah, so I won't really go too far into that.
Too late.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be walking around with 5,000 gold. That's a lot of gold.
Well, if you sock them.
Well, you sock them, but you're obviously here.
It sounds like you got socked yourself.
Look,
Well.
I'm a merchant myself. I've carried gold that much. You know, there's banks.
Yes, I do. See, back where I'm from, when I was a wee lad, I learned of these banks that you call them. But when you have as much
This boy really going to
money
his
Yes, he
as
is.
I did,
So you're
you're
saying
about to get eaten, and he going to his backstory.
so you're saying you won
Crazy.
5,000 gold from a pit fight,
yes.
and they
It was-
don't have a banker there to take your money?
Well, I mean, they might have, but
I mean, he did say he was fighting the champion, so he said it was rough. So maybe he was a little bit tired, and they jumped him. Who knows?
I mean, they don't call me.
I mean, they jumped me,
Yeah.
put me to sleep. I'm just trying to eat a meal and go to bed, man. I'm tired from my travels.
Oh, wait, what about you? You're just standing there quietly.
Oh, by the way, Canal, thanks for the info. By the way, that surely helped.
I feel awkward here. Do I
That's a
know?
little hard for it, man. Let's stay out of this one. Y'all got history with that.
Yeah.
Well, Canal was supposed to give me info on Lord Butterfriend, and
Butterfriend, that's how you say it. Sorry.
yeah,
Oi,
Anyway.
you're supposed to be that man that's coming to say Laura.
take care of him. Yes.
Oh, well, see, unfortunately, I'm a traveling merchant, so on my way to the Selenar Citadel, I was jumped by a bunch of bugbears.
That seems.
Sucks, doesn't
It
it?
does. So that's why you don't have your information. Sorry about
Fair
that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can't blame baby girl like that. You don't mind calling you baby girl, right? You
I do mind.
Okay, Quinnell, I'm sorry. This is...
Please call me by my name.
I do.
I can't get this voice down, but it's whatever, you know? I'm just going with it.
It's working.
I'm really bad at accents, especially playing a female elf.
There's
only so much I can do.
I won't call you out of your name again. You know, I just happen when I see a fine young woman, I just gotta call her baby girl.
Boy, you call me young, but I bet you I'm older than you.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I'm 150 years old.
Oh, dang, you was old, man. But you know what they
That's
say?
old.
I like them. I like the mature women. You know, I mature quick too.
You might want to go find another Goliath.
On Tinder, she's
You
100.
scared?
D&D Tinder.
D&D, Dates and Dragons,
Dates
or
and
Dates and Dungeons or something,
Dates
I
and
don't know.
Nice.
Don't worry,
So-
you may fall for me when I sing you a little bit of my tunes. Once you hear my music.
You're still trying that stuff.
We still trying. I'm the greatest. I don't know what you talking about. I'm worldwide, baby.
So it looks
Everybody
like you
knows
two
me.
know each other. How do you two know each other?
He helped me out a while ago.
I saved him. Actually, saved him twice.
Yeah,
Once when he was
I
a
appreciate
baby, you know, they tried to kill him and his master. I only could save one. You know, I wish I could save the master. It's like a father to him. But then the second time he got ambushed, and we happened to be in the forest again.
I appreciate that, by the
Hey, man,
way.
it's no problem, man.
Such
I
a
think
dramatic story. I know. I wish I could say the same thing, but I'm from a lineage with 9 other sisters. There's 10 of us total. You've probably seen one of my other twins. Have you ever watched the show? Oh, never mind. This is in the world of D&D. I can't break the fourth wall like Rogar. But I have 9 other sisters. We're all twins in some... would that be the proper word? A twin? With 10 of us?
I wouldn't know.
10? Is it a... gosh. Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, I think I got it. It's decuplet, I think, is for 10. Right?
I think so.
Well, are you all adventurers in the Adventurers Guild? I kind of sound like... I'll put out some Rogar there for a second. Give me a second. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm in no Adventurers Guild.
And what about you?
I'm just a traveling bard, just telling, singing songs.
Do you know of the Adventurers Guild? Look, she looks at Vakum.
I know of quite a few things. One of them is, you know what? I'm just gonna stop with that. But yeah, but yes.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Well, to put it simply, there's adventurers guilds all around Tierista, and the receptionists are all my sisters. They all look just like me.
Ooh.
You know, there's 10 of us. There's Linnell, Minell, Rinell, Pinell, Zinell,
Well, that's
Vinell, Janelle, Yenell, and Winnell. You know, it's like the show Pokemon. You know, like the Nurse Joys.
Yes, I've seen that stage play of the Poke of Mon. Yes.
Yes, you have it.
Yes.
I stay away from stage plays.
Oh, they're wonderful.
I've seen a few, you know, just trying to learn some more music, you know. Broaden my horizon.
So, as you guys are talking, make me... Actually, what is your passive perception?
King as well.
All right, so you have a 13 for you, passive perception. What is...
13.
Vulcan's
I have
13?
12.
Okay. So you all see something on the side coming down the hallway where Lord Butterfront and the armored guard had left. You see a flickering torch in the distance, walking or coming towards the cells. And as that torch begins to come closer, you notice the halfling Corcus. He goes, "They're coming! They're coming! Oh my god! Oh, they're gonna kill us! They're gonna kill you first! Not me! I didn't do anything wrong! They're gonna kill you first!" He looks at the Goliath and he goes into the corner and he's shaking in the tabaxi. He's like, "This is not good! They're coming! This is not good!" And as the torch, or whoever's holding the torch, grows closer, you all can see a medium-sized creature. It's known as a bugbear. It's a goblinoid. Just think of a large brute, all fur, kind of like a yeti or like Bigfoot or something. Fangs. He's holding onto this torch. He has some leather armor on. On his side, you see he has a large morning star equipped to his belt. And on the right side of his waist, on his belt, you can hear this jingling. A set of keys. A ring of keys on his belt. And he walks into the center of the cells, and behind him there is a woman with long black hair, blue bright eyes. She has a silver tiara around her head with a ruby placed or embedded in the center of the tiara on her head. She is wearing all black. It's a very fancy looking dress, something a noble would probably wear in like the courts. And around her neck, her collar has white feathers, bird-like feathers, that stretch out to her shoulders. So she looks pretty wealthy and regal in some capacity. And she is walking behind this bugbear, and both of her hands are in front of her as she's walking. And you guys see there is a small wooden chest. You can't see unless you make me a perception check if there's anything on the chest as far as like scriptures.
I was going to ask about. I was actually going to ask about the ruby too. Like try to. See
okay, so go ahead and make me a perception check. So roll the
Yeah.
d20 and then add your perception.
And my perception is a 5.
All right, so you have a 11 plus
16.
5. 16. So Vakum, as the bugbear and the woman come, you quickly glance. You're trying to see the ruby or the chest?
Well, more so I was trying to, because like I was wondering, since Avakum's like back like history, he would kind of be I would think he would be able to maybe place the history of certain things or
okay, so go ahead and make me then, if that's the case, a history check.
Okay.
All right.
19. and 3. So
Okay.
22.
Cool. So, Vakum, you're able to see the little chest in her hand. As the bugbear steps forward, he steps to the side, kind of out of her way, and she steps forward. They're both silent. But as she steps forward with her chest, you can see the wooden chest has engravings all around it in gold. But they're not random engravings. You can actually tell. You don't know specifically what it says, but you can tell that the scriptures on the chest come from a spell. You have seen scriptures like this before. You just don't understand what really it's stating. But you've seen something similar to this from magic of some kind. Your character's from the Iondare Isles and raised by high elves, so you've come across magic at some point in your life. So you have a general understanding that it's magic of some kind. You just don't know what.
Yeah. So I turned to the other two. There's something about that box. Sorry, that didn't come out right. There's something mystical in that woman's hands.
So as you're mentioning that to Yug and DK, the bugbear glares at the three of you and he just snarls, showing his fangs, and then he looks around the other way and looks at the other three across, and he reaches down and grabs the ring of keys, a large ring with several different keys on them. He steps forward and he opens or unlocks, he unlocks the lock to the cell with Corcus and the Tabaxi dust in the wind. And as he unlocks it, the woman, she steps forward, and now she's closer now to you. You can see she has long elven ears. Your assumption, she's also a high elf of some kind. She steps forward, and she glances slowly at the three of you, and she has this slight little smirk across her face. But then she turns around her back now to you, and she steps forward into the cell with Corcus and Dust. Corcus and Dusk, they quickly begin to show their fear. You guys can see them shaking in their boots. Dusk backs away into the corner. Please, no, not me, not today, no! And Corcus, the halfling, he backs into his corner. He goes, no, please, not today, no. Him, you want him. And he points at Dust. And the woman steps forward and she slowly opens the chest. And as she opens it, you all can see a slight ooze-like creature reach out of the chest, and it drops onto the ground in front of Corcus.
Can we roll to see?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check to see, or unless you want to try and see what it is and know what it is.
Yeah, I kind of want to, just kind of see the general idea of like what type of.
Okay.
DK has got
darn.
an 18.
7 plus 5, I'm low. I have a 12.
How about 8 plus, what was it?
Perception.
Perception.
So 8 plus 13.
Okay. So 12, 13.
I got 18.
And 18, okay. So you all can see easily what's coming out of this chest or this box. This large pinkish glob stretches out from the box, and as it touches the ground, it seems as if it's pulling itself. It hurls itself out of the chest, and it lands this large glob. And you do notice it's not just a oozing glob. It begins to chatter and murmur, and all around this glob, you see sharp teeth and mouths and fangs chattering. And you can hear this chattering coming from the glob. And as the mouths all over the glob begin to open its mouths, it looks like it's trying to reach for Corcus. And there's eyes all over the glob as well. All the eyes are looking all around the room, but then you notice they all fixate on Corcus the halfling. And as the glob begins to chatter, you all can hear this whispering, this of languages you can't tell exactly what it's saying. It's a mix of languages from Common to Elven to Orc. You don't know though, with all mixed together. Corcus, frightened, he can't back away any longer. He's up against the wall. He's like, no, not me, please, no, not me. And as the glob hits the ground, you see two parts of it stretch out like webs. And it grabs onto the halfling, Corcus, and it pulls itself towards him. and you hear Corcus start screaming and kicking. He can't escape the glob. And as the glob jumps onto Corcus, all you can now see is his body is becoming engulfed by this creature. You don't know exactly what it is. We'll get to Vakum because you were trying to see what it was.
Yeah.
And as it jumps onto this poor halfling, all the mouths on it begin to bite into him and begins to tear his skin apart. He begins to scream in pain, and all of a sudden, his voice becomes silent as his face is engulfed in this blob. And soon enough, the halfling is fully and completely devoured, and you see another mouth appear on the glob's side and eyes. And as the glob slowly begins to finish devouring the halfling, the tabaxi dust, he is in the corner on his knees, his arms are over his head. He is frightened and shaking in pure fright. Now, for Vakum, make me a... You're trying to figure out what kind of magic this is, so I want to say make me an Arcana check.
Ooh, should put more points there.
Yeah.
We got a 3 there, so let's see what we got. Come on, 20. Let's 14. Okay, so I got 17.
Okay. So to know exactly what this creature is, considering you're a fighter, you're not really a mage per se, you know that there is some kind of magic that is in play here. You know it's something magical that was created in some way, shape, or form. It's an aberration of some kind. You know it's not natural, but you just don't know exactly what kind of creature it is.
Gotcha. Do I know if it's like elven or some other type of magic?
You know it's of the dark arts, dark magic. And as he is finished being devoured, the blob slowly rescinds itself and it reaches up into the chest and it pulls itself up and it forces itself back in the chest, and the elf woman slowly closes it and she looks at the tabaxi and then at the bugbear. Bring him. He shall be a sacrifice for the goddess Mevra. And she turns and she walks out of the prison or the cell, and she glances at Canel's way and then back at the three of you, and she just smiles. Don't worry. You will be well fed and taken care of until it is your turn to be fed to the goddess Mevra. And she slowly turns and she begins to slowly walk away.
How about I feed Mevra my scimitar? Whatever, how you say it. Yeah, scimitar. I may have bundled the landing there a bit, but you know what I mean, person.
The elf woman, as she begins to walk away, she stops at Vakum's comment and she slowly looks over at him. My, seems you're very eager to be the first out of the three of you to be devoured. Very well. The next time I come down, I'll have you next.
Well, scimitar.
And she turns around and she just has a grin on her face as she walks away with this chest in her hands. The bugbear grabs the tabaxi by the arm and he drags him out of the cell and Dust, no, please. And he looks at you, save me, don't let them kill me, don't let them kill me. And the bugbear takes his morning star and he clobbers the tabaxi in the back of the head, knocking him unconscious. And he puts him over his shoulder. And as he turns around, he takes the key out of the lock and puts it back onto his belt. And he turns around and he slowly begins to walk away. What do you guys do?
I try to use my lockpick to try to get out. Or my thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools?
Yeah.
So if you're going to try to unlock so your hands can go through the bars to try and unlock the lock. But if you do that right now, he might see you.
And we have no gear, right?
You have no gear on you other than your armor.
Okay.
You do have your lockpicks though on you. They didn't strip you of your...
Since he's new, can I suggest something to him?
Yeah, by all means.
Try a sleight of hand. Try to take the keys from him.
Okay.
Try.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try.
So if you roll me a sleight of hand check, you might be able to grab the keys without him noticing. Okay. So sleight of hand's like you trying to steal something off someone's person.
No whammy.
It's 9
plus your sleight of hand skill.
9 plus 4.
13.
13.
So let's see if you got it, because I actually have a DC save for that, to where you have to roll to see if you get it. It was a 12. So as the bugbear knocks dust over the head with his morning star, and he kind of just fumbles the keys onto his belt, not really paying attention to you guys. Bugbear's not very bright, just more brute strength than anything. He grabs the tabaxi onto his shoulder and he begins to walk away with one arm around the tabaxi, one arm on the torch, not realizing that Yug, being the stealthy rogue assassin that he is, quickly reaches his arm through the gates or the bars and he grabs the keys up quietly enough to where the bugbear does not notice. And soon the bugbear and the elf woman, now leave with Tabaxi. The halfling's body is nowhere to be seen. That cell is now empty. You are now left alone. And again, you hear another loud, thunderous sound coming from outside, echoing throughout the chambers that you're in. As the bugbear leaves the torch, the room is now darkened once more. But if you have dark vision,
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
So.
Snap, look at my boy. You look nice job getting them keys.
Key?
Should have got them sooner.
There's a key?
Oi!
Alright, Rock,
Yeah,
listen to me, Rock. I think you talk a little bit too much. I thought I was bad. But
Sorry,
damn, you
I'm sorry, I just-
position, man. You trying to get us killed early. You
I
saw what just happened to that man. He gone. Ain't nobody, no bones, ain't nothing.
sorry, I usually sock him more than I do talk, but all my weapons are gone, all my everything's
I
gone.
get it, but you trying to get eaten?
I mean,
I like to eat, but I don't want to get ate.
that's fair.
Listen about
That's very
the
fair.
girls, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you
Enough with the
gotta
baby
put it in your
girls.
pants, DK.
So,
Let's get out of here.
I see you got the key there.
Yes, I got the keys.
So you're going to let me out too, right?
Of course.
So we should get going.
Yeah, we should get. Hey, yo, I do got a question. Are we gonna try to save him? We gonna try to save Dust, or is he gonna literally become dust in the wind?
Yeah, we will save him. We will save him.
Solid pun, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. But yes, I do think we should try to get dust.
Man, I just don't want that baby girl. Man, she was fine.
We shouldn't dust on dust. Oh, got it. Okay, let's do it, guys.
I don't know what the heck that thing was. I ain't never seen anything like that.
No, neither have I. Neither have I.
I've been everywhere just about. I've never seen nothing like that.
All right, so go ahead and make me another sleight of hand, Yug, if you're gonna try and reach around through the bars to unlock the gate.
Oh yeah, baby.
14.
All right.
So that's 18.
Yeah.
4?
So-
yeah, 18.
You go. I'm assuming that's what you're about to do.
Yeah.
So you goes and he reaches his hands around or through the gates, and he's able to skillfully unlock it with the keys. And the gate or the lock opens, and the gate slowly creeps open.
I need my weapons.
I do too.
So I can see. I'm not sure how well your guys' vision is right now, but maybe I can
Like crap.
lead us there.
Please.
Okay.
You know where they put us? We were knocked out when we got here. I have no idea where I even am. Right
Oh yeah, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I just that's my only plan.
Wait,
Are we
I'm
still
gonna
in the same
guarantee
order?
you that our weapons are probably somewhere down the shaft.
Come on.
Was that a shaft joke? After 8 years, you still making shaft jokes? You gonna give me PTSD, man? Come on, we just finished that. I'm sorry, that's another session.
No, that's totally fine. I love that. Oh man.
So are you going to?
Yes, I'm going to let you out.
Thank you, Yug. Was it?
Yes.
Thank you, Yug.
I'm Bakum.
Yes,
I
we
got
know.
that.
Okay, just
I
laying it
got
out
the
there.
Vacuum. Alright. So all three of you are now outside of your cell in the hallway, and my assumption is you're allowing Canal to follow you. There's only one way out that you guys can see. To your right out of the cells is just cavern walls. To the left, where the guard and where the woman came from, that seems to be the only direction. However, as you guys look down that long tunnel, it is dark and you don't see any torches. So the Canal looks at the three of you. Oi, well, I'm not much of a fighter, so I think one of you should go. Vakum, was it?
Yes, I am a fighter, if I haven't mentioned that at all.
So let's go rock'em sock'em, and you go first.
Rock'em, sock'em, vock'em, let's go. I'm gonna have you say it, Yug. One of these days, I'm gonna have you say it.
Okay.
Look, man, he can be a stick in the mud. He's a good man. You know, he just like to stick to his morals and values. You know what I'm saying?
So we should probably be quiet, because we don't want people to hear
Yes.
us.
Oh, okay. I just, I like to. I'm
alert to God,
nervous.
like
I'm a little
that, yeah.
nervous. I like to talk when I'm nervous. So where you're from, Kennel? Kennel? Quinnell? Quinnell? Hi, you, Greg.
Hey.
All right.
Hey,
I rock him.
hey.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he is the assassin. Let's just take his lead. You know.
It's canal.
Kennel?
Canal.
Kennel.
A Q. A Q, not a K.
Kennel.
Yes. You got it.
Olentangy Road?
Shh. You're upsetting Hugh.
Okay.
I don't want to be caught again, so let's keep it quiet.
I don't want to get eaten by that, whatever that pink thing was. Let's get out of here. Let's get our weapons.
All right. So I'm going to we're going to walk forward. We're going to go forward, and you said down one hall we have just guards. We know the guards are there.
You don't know anything yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
just see darkness.
Just see darkness.
Yeah. So if you have the dark vision, you can see 60 feet ahead. So who has the
Gotcha.
dark vision?
Me. Okay.
All right. So you're leading. So as you guys slowly begin to walk forward, I'm assuming trying to be quiet about it,
Yeah.
with Vakum leading the way, he has the dark vision. So he can see in the distance up to 60 feet. Canel also has dark vision.
I was going to say, yeah,
But she's
out.
behind you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You see the path looks as if it eventually diverges into several other paths. It's like a fork, except not a fork. There's 3 paths you can take. Yeah.
Three-way fast.
Yeah. At that pathway, you don't see any guards. You just see, as you're walking through the caverns, some boxes here and there, wooden crates.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing particularly special. But when you hit that 3-way path, you see directly in front of you, probably about another 50 feet, there is a large wooden door. And to the left, you peek over. I'm assuming you're going to peek.
Yeah.
To the left hallway, you peek. Make me a move silently. I'm sorry, that's 3.5. Make me a stealth. Yeah.
Stealth. All right.
Stealth.
Me or?
Yes.
Okay. 11 in my stealth.
Yeah, it's very at the bottom.
3.
Okay. So 14. So Vakum gets to this 3-way area, and he looks over the corner. He peeks, and he looks to the left, and he sees another wooden door, much closer than the one that's directly in front of you.
Guys, I think everything we own is in a box to the left.
To the right, though, as he looks to the right, he noticed the hallway curves around into another corner, but he doesn't know what's after that corner.
Too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you see?
I see a box. I think a room. I don't know. I think it's 61 feet away.
How can you be so sure? Did you count?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I've been alive for a long time, and there's a lot of downtime when you're just kind of stranded at sea. So about the time when I was a pirate.
Oh, no backstories, no backstories. No
Okay.
backstories, please.
All right.
You can tell us about your feats and journeys after we get out of here and not getting eaten.
Alrighty. Okay, so what I see in our distance, I see a door. Now, I've kind of been in this type of situation a few times since I've left my hometown, my home village, home country. Anyway,
You're really about to make me break one of my rules.
are you?
Let the man do his thing.
I see with my elven eyes something in the distance, and I think behind that room might be our weapons.
Well, what about the other hallway? What's down there?
That looks a bit treacherous, like a dark path, almost a dark. I used to have a friend named Disnesk.
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
But it was about 30 years ago. Okay, I'll stop. All right, so we should go into the room. I think we have our stuff there.
So you think the room is the good
What's
idea?
ahead of us? Is there something else up there?
I mean, there is, but we should try to go into
Why
that.
do you know this next room to the left has got our room and weapons in it?
Well,
Well,
if I were to
If you're a
bound
Batman?
people, yes.
Oh, if you're a bedman, I bet you let you lost.
Hey,
I bet you would have lost
we're making
5,000
too much
gold.
noise. We're making too much noise.
I will sock them. I will sock them all,
You're making
gentlemen.
too much noise.
Use right. I'll trust your instincts.
All right. I mean, if we're locked up. I feel like if you're gonna hide weapons, they're gonna be behind a door,
surely don't
and
work
we
like this.
probably shouldn't just wander through a hall without our weapons. So, I mean, worst case scenario, we open a door and end up in a room of nothing, and we're kind of back where we started.
Or we can hit a room full of guards. And do that too.
That's true.
What does your intuition tell you, my friend?
Well, I don't have dark vision, so
While Yuke's talking, I'm going to the door, and I'm just like trying to I'm pounding on it. I'm just pounding
You gonna
on
pound on the door?
it. Yeah. Like trying to open it. I gotta stay in character,
All
man.
right. So Vakum goes to the left path, which is a much shorter path than the right or the path ahead of you. It's a closed wooden door. So you're just slamming on it, or are you gonna try and peek in?
Are you trying to get in?
I'm trying to get in to find my stuff.
Okay. So you're just busting the door
And
open.
I really don't want to ruin this, but
No,
can
do
I
you,
say
do
what
you,
I'm
do
seeing?
you, do you.
Like,
Play your character
play-
how you
yeah.
think your character.
well, not even that. Just I want to say here that before I went to the door, we have this map laid out in front of us with other figures. So I just didn't look at the map apparently because I am banging on the door with some very intimidating figures on the other side.
Well,
I gotta take a picture of this.
Well,
This
the
is
good
amazing.
thing is, technically, I probably shouldn't have put those figures there. The map's just so far from me, I didn't want to get up and put them there.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But you're
So
playing
just
it.
like,
You're
good-
playing it right
Okay,
because
okay.
you don't. Your character doesn't know what's in there.
That's true. That's true.
Play your character.
So you're pounding at the door. You're trying to open it.
Well, but I'm trying to rattle it and trying to force my way into it.
Okay. What's everyone else doing while he's doing this?
He's gone. We can't
Okay.
see. He's
Like,
going.
I can't see
Okay.
nothing.
We can't
So-
I'm like,
Vakum walks up to the wooden door.
Welcome. Tell us where that.
And he sees there's just a small little metal ring attached to the door that you can either pull, you would assume pull. Mm-hmm. So you go to pull the door open.
Yeah.
It's not locked.
Oh.
The door swings wide open coming towards you. But you notice directly in front of you. You don't even have to make a perception check because it's right in front of you. Mm-hmm. You enter this room, and in front of you there is a wooden table, and on each end of the wooden table there are 2 bugbears playing some gambling type of game. Now, go ahead and
Now.
make me a... At this point, you're probably going to try and hide.
Yeah.
Make
yeah.
me a
Well,
hide
I'm gonna
check.
try to tiptoe away to be specific.
So go ahead and make
All
me
right.
a hide check real quick.
All right. Let's see what my hide
Hope
is.
he can hide in the open.
So a hide would just be your dex.
Gotcha.
So a d20
Okay.
plus your dex.
12 plus 3, so I'm at 15.
Okay. So their passive perception, because they're not necessarily looking for you.
Right.
They do notice the door swings open, but they quickly look your way, and you're able to quickly hide behind the door as it comes towards you.
You know, I
And they
do
just-
have on my character a ability which is Mask of the Wild. I mean, wood counts, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a wood elf.
Yeah.
Kind of check. Yeah. So I'm sorry when you did the hide, I meant to say you add your stealth, not just
gotcha.
dex. I made
Yeah.
that mistake. So what was your stealth?
Oh, same
Still
3.
Okay, so same thing. All right, perfect. So you're able to quickly put yourself behind the door as it swings open, and as they look your way, they don't spot you with their passive perception. They see the door swing right open, but then they see it's just an empty hallway. And you can hear one of the bugbear's grunts. "Ah, I keep telling her we need new doors. Whenever there's a storm outside, the breeze gets in here and opens them from time to time. I don't like that door being open. Go shut it."
I'm just tiptoeing the fuck away.
So one of the bugbears gets up, and he slowly begins to go over towards the door. Are you tiptoeing away, or are you going to stay behind the door?
He's coming to the door, and I'm behind it right now.
Yeah,
and
but it's the
he
door
can't
is
quite
out.
see me.
No, you're behind the door. The door is outward, so he's going to have to probably pull it back closed.
Gotcha. I am going to
You tiptoe away. You risk the chance of him seeing you.
I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold firm and just be quiet.
Okay. Now, because you're not moving anywhere else, you're going to stick to that hide check that you just did.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a...
Fuck!
I tell the story.
Nice telling the story.
He walks up towards the... What's that skill do again?
My Mask of the Wild.
Yes.
You can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
Oh, okay. So the bugbear is going to walk, and as he reaches for the metal ring on his side of the door, he sees Vakum's arm up against the cavern walls, kind of pointing out, sticking out from behind the door a little bit. And he goes, what is this? And he opens the door, pulls the door and looks around, and he spots you. And he goes, they escaped! They escaped!
No, he didn't! No, he didn't!
So at this
Can I roll a deception check on that?
well, first, now that you've been spotted, we have to roll initiative.
Okay, that's fair.
So everyone go to roll D20, and then add your initiative. Dice tell the story.
Oh, 3 and 3, so 6.
So 12 and my initiative 14.
Oof, nice.
I get a 9.
So the enemies have a 15.
Oof.
Canel has a 19. And then the 6 was DK. Alright. So the turn order is going to be NPC, Canel, enemies, Yug, and DK.
Dang it.
So
And all the way to
you
the
can
bottom.
make a deception check, but once it's your turn.
Gotcha.
But now that they've spotted you, we have to roll initiative.
Gotcha, okay.
So at this point, you guys notice and hear the bugbear go, "Ah! They escaped! They escaped!" And the other bugbear that was at the table quickly gets up and he pulls out his morning star. And the bugbear in front of you doesn't have his morning star. He forgot it at the table because he didn't realize that there was a person. So he just has his hands. And he looks at Vakum. You're going to pay for this. But before anything happens, Canel's first, and she quickly hears the bugbear, and she looks at Yug and DK. Oi, your friend's not the brightest. We're in some deep shit.
Yes, we are.
And she looks around the corner.
I just met him today.
She's going to move around the corner to where she can look through the door. So if you go and move her miniature for me around the corner here. So Canel quickly makes her way around the corner, and she looks back at Yug and DK. Luckily, I know magic. Watch this. I like fire. And she points her hand and she goes, a bang! And she shoots a firebolt at the bugbear right in front of Vakum. And she's able to hit him. And she's going to deal 1d10 fire damage. She does 7 damage to the bugbear right in front of Vakum. I said 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Vakum sees this bolt of fire energy go over his shoulder, and it slams against the bugbear's chest. And as he's hit by the fire, she goes, a bang, but you're also wearing leather, so that means it's on fire now. And the bugbear leather armor bursts into flames. He goes, ah! And he starts screaming, and then she goes, okay, now it's your turn.
She's an exposition fairy.
So it is now the enemy's turn. The bugbear in front of Vakum, he's on fire now. He's screaming. He quickly looks around, and he doesn't know what to do, and he just takes his fist and he slams it down at Vakum.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2. That's not going to hit you.
Yeah, I just.
So he's just so the fire on him is distracting. He tries to slam his fist against you, and you're able to duck under, and his hand slams against the cavern wall behind you. And he looks down at you, and he snarls. The other bugbear, though, at the table, grabs this morning star, and he rushes towards you. So the lizard-looking dude there, put him up next to you, the other one. So the other bugbear comes through, and they're both able to fit through the doors. It's wide enough for 2 people. He grabs his morning star, and he swings it down at Vakum. And he's going to hit. What's your AC?
AC is 16.
16. So 11 plus his 4. It's a 15. He's going to miss.
Oh, okay.
So he misses.
I dodge again.
Yeah. So he slams the morning star downwards at Vakum, and Vakum's able to dive out the way and move. So
hey, I just scream back. Yug, looks like I'm doing something.
And the
rhymes with bop 'em.
And the one that misses with its mace, he snarls at you and he goes, "Goblins, get up! Wake up, you damn lazy assholes, and get up!" You don't see anything else in the room because you can't see around the corners of the door, but he just said goblins. And that is now the enemies. They're done. It is now Yug's turn.
I'm trying to think, since I can't see.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect.
Well, technically...
You can walk around the corner and still do something.
Since she shot fire, wouldn't that illuminate the place in the center?
Oh, yeah, you can see.
So now you can kind of see.
But I mean, you don't know there's
What's
2 bugbears.
Yeah.
You know something.
You know
there.
she attacked something.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can go around the corner and expect to attack something. You just don't know what you're going to attack.
Oh, I do have my poison kit on me, don't I?
Yeah, but you need your weapons for that, yeah.
Like, put it on.
Like, you can still punch things.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, that's...
Question.
Yeah.
Is there still, do we still hold turns like in 3.5? Can you do that?
3,
Or
Hold? Yeah, so you can hold your... It's called reaction.
Okay.
man, I can't. I'm too far away.
I see something wrong.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So...
What are you trying to do?
It's called ready. You can ready yourself. You use an action to ready yourself. So, and you choose a trigger. So you say, I want to ready myself for if something happens. Once that trigger happens, you go first.
Okay, I got you.
Yep. So you can move up if you want, but you just have your fist right now.
Yeah. Which, I'm too far away to...
Yeah, so you can move up closer if you want. It's up to you. You can also try to... They don't know you're around the corner, so you can try to stealth. And make your way around the corner using the darkness as a way to hide so they don't notice you coming.
I'll do that.
That way you can get closer without them knowing.
I'll do that.
Alright, so go ahead and make me a stealth check while you're moving.
That is...
6?
9.
Or 9?
No, that is
That's
6.
6. Okay.
6.
And then add your stealth.
Stealth is 4, so that's 10.
4? Okay, 10. Alright. So go ahead and move your character as you grow closer, and I'll let you know if they spot you or not.
They're 30 feet.
So 5.
So that's 1, 2,
So 6 spaces?
3, 4.
Yeah, 6 spaces.
If you also...
I'll move this spot right here.
Okay,
in the
that's
middle
fine.
of the line.
Alright. So you don't know if they've noticed you yet, but I'll let you know if they do once their turn comes. It is now
This is your boy DK's turn.
DK's turn.
Alright, so this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna move.
So,
Alright.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but I'm a dash.
Alright, so you dash.
1, 2, 3. So
Okay.
that's all my move.
Yes.
I can interact with the object, right?
Yes.
I'm pushing the door. I'm slamming it. I'm going to hold it. I'm trying to barricade them in.
Alright, so you grab the door and you slam it.
I'm like gonna.
You're trying to slam it shut?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make me a strength check.
Alright, come on, DK. I know you're strong, boy. You better hold that door. Oh, that's a 12.
Yep. 12.
Oh, I thought that was a 1 for a second. I was like, no!
So I got a 16.
Okay. Let me roll. It's going to be opposed to the bugbear strength. So I rolled a 14. What'd you get?
16.
16. Bugbear has a strength of +2. So it's a 16-16.
Dang.
So they're able to meet you. So you slam the door, but as you slam the door, one of the bugbears puts his hand and he's able to hold it, and he just glares at you. What are you trying to do? All right.
Oh, hold up.
It is now Canel's turn, and she's going to see that the door's kind of like cracked open, and she can still see one of the faces of the bugbears, but you're kind of in the way. And she's going to look around, and she's going to see that the one that was on fire is the one that's trying to keep the door open. And she looks, and she's going to point her finger again. Well, I hit him once. Let's do it again. Bang, bang, baby. And then, so she rolled a 13, and then plus her 4, so that's going to hit. So 8 damage to the bugbear. And then, as she shoots another ray of fire, she goes, watch out over your shoulders. Firebolt is coming. And it goes over both of you now, and it hits the bugbear again, and another part of his armor begins to burst with flames. He goes, ah! Ah! So he's like freaking out at this point. It is now the enemy's turn. The bugbear that's on fire, he's like, screw this. He lets the other bugbear take over, and he's going to run to the back to try and douse himself out of the fire. So the guy with the spear, he runs off to the north end. So go ahead and, he runs off. You don't know where he goes.
So
he
was
goes
he
around
the
the
one
corner.
holding the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did he leave the other guy?
Yeah.
So is he going to have to roll for the
Yes.
strength
Yeah,
bonus?
this one's
Okay.
going to have to
Okay.
roll. So the other bugbear comes right after. And he's able to grab onto the door and hold
trying,
it.
y'all.
But that's his interact with the object. But as he's holding the door with one arm, he takes his morning star and he swings it through the door to try and hit
You gonna try to hit me?
DK.
Oh, you must be out your mind.
What is your
16.
AC? I rolled an 8. So he's gonna miss. So he's unable to hit DK. But around that bugbear, 2 little goblins, they start running around him to try and poke through the door as well. So the 2 others put them up near the door, and one goblin has this scimitar, and he's slashing through the doors. He swings at DK, and I rolled a 2. He completely misses.
Dang.
The other goblin that's behind, he can't get through. He's like, we can't get through. And the bugbear's like, I know. I'm trying to open the door. All right. It is now Yug's turn.
I need to find some weapons.
They don't notice you coming amidst what's going on. They have both Vakum and DK in their faces with the door, so they don't see you coming.
Could I use, like, sleight of hand and maybe take one of their weapons?
So what you would have to do is you would basically try to disarm them. So you would have to use an action to try and disarm, and it would be a strength check versus their strength or your dex.
Okay.
But you
I'll
can
do that.
attempt to do that.
Yeah, I'll attempt to do that. To try to get one of
So in this case, you want to try and knock it out of their hand and then pick it up, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can interact with an object once freely per turn, and then
Okay.
your action will be to try and disarm them.
Okay.
All right. So you run up behind Vakum, Vakum, and you can tell him, you can move through him, allies, and
Hey, best buddy.
If
So-
you need to scoot him over, you can scoot him over.
Okay.
so as you come up behind Vakum and DK's trying to hold this door, but he just can't close it all the way, and you can just see a scimitar poking out, and you also see the morning star poking out from the bugbear. But this is a perfect opportunity for you to try and disarm him, because it's just his arm out the door right now. It's just randomly swinging. So you're going to try and basically break it out of his hands. So go ahead and make me a D20 to see if you hit.
Okay.
So you
So 7.
plus either your strength, or it'd be your strength, or dex,
Strength.
yeah.
7.
Oh, I'm sorry, it'd be your strength. I'm sorry, not your dex.
Okay. 7 plus 4, so that would be
11.
11.
Yep. All right. So 11, it misses. So as you go to try and hit the hand, he's just swinging it so wildly that you miss. So, do you want to move back away, or do you want to try and do something else? Because you can still interact with the door and help DK. shut it.
You can help us shut it.
Yeah, I'll help shut it.
Your strength.
All right. So with you being able to interact, so what you're going to do is you're going to use basically try and back him up.
Okay.
So I'll allow that because you're technically interacting. So there's an action that allows you to help another person to give them advantage, but because you're not necessarily attacking something, you're just interacting with knowledge, I'll let you give him advantage if he tries to hold it shut again.
Okay.
All right, so it is now DK's turn.
All right. And you're gonna try to shut it. Try to slam it on. That's a lot better. Plus my strength, right? That's
Yes.
18.
Okay, so you definitely beat it this time. So you're able to slam the door shut, and as it slams shut, the bugbear and the goblin are pounding on the door trying to open it, but for this round, you slam in their faces and they can't open it at this point. What do you do afterwards?
We need a plan. We need our weapons now. I mean, I got some magics, but I can't do it while I'm holding the door.
Okay, just get full disclosure. May have made a bad move there. I'll say that. I will own that. I will take the high ground, and I will say,
I appreciate
my
you
bad.
being honest, man, but man, stick to us.
So,
That's good.
okay, might be off base here. Might be off base, but I did see a scimitar in there, and I mean, if we just crack it open, maybe I can. Throwing it out there.
No.
Pretty awesome with the scimitar. Once I learn how to say it.
We sure you should.
So the options now you have are to retreat into another pathway, but you don't know what other paths are going to take you. Or you try and take the weapons from these guys or look in this room. Or your weapons could be in this room. You don't know.
I say either I or Kennel.
Canal.
I'll get your name right one of these days. But I say one of us just make a dash to the other room to see if weapons are there while we hold this door. The first time. I mean, you know.
I say Canal.
No one no more. You got bad luck.
Well, I mean, I could.
No.
It's my redemption arc, guys.
Your charm. Is that what you about to say to me?
Well, I mean,
I'm here holding doors, man. This is a story I'm gonna be singing them for the longest time.
Ooh, can you use my name in it?
Of course, this is your fault.
Oh,
Excuse me.
I have 2 songs now.
Gentlemen,
I'm sorry.
how about we stop fighting one another and actually finish the job? If we try to run now, they're just going to chase us.
So what's the plan? You got bigger.
You open that door and I'm bang bang.
How many times? How many more
Bang
times
Bang
you
sounds
do
like
that?
an awesome idea. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You got something bigger? Can you explode the whole room?
No, I
Well,
cannot.
you better bang bang away. Make sure you don't miss.
Well, if you just creep the door open a little bit, we can knock them out one at a time. They're not very smart.
So while everybody is talking, I decide to just dash to the other room.
So the other room, as in the hallway.
Oh, yeah, the hallway.
that you saw the other door in, or
Yeah.
the hallway that had a corner
Yeah, the one that.
had the door.
Yeah,
Okay, so you.
I just screamed back to BRB.
Is it his turn right now?
Oh well, I thought
It is-
the combat was.
It is his turn.
Oh,
It's
actually, that
DK's
works
turn.
out.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It.
Yeah, because you held the door,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm
then,
holding
and I had a 6-2,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
last.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you stop this, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is your turn.
Okay, so I am going to use my speed. So I have 35. And where is?
So you can, if you're gonna dash, you can use your action to basically
Oh,
double your movement.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go.
So you have a 35 times 2, basically.
And that other door is here,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Okay, so
So you dash backwards, then you turn left, a quick left down the hallway
wait.
that you originally were in.
Hold
So
up,
that's
you gonna leave me
7.
with the
So I have
heavy
14
lifting,
then,
of course.
right? If I double
This
it,
man got
okay.
us into this mess. We about to get jumped by the guards.
2, 3,
Goodness. You
4,
stop that, man.
5, 6,
I can't see him.
7, 8, 9, 10. I am at the door.
All right. So you used your action, so you can't attack or do anything, but you can interact with an object for free
Yeah.
once per turn. So you all see Volcom. He dashes back where you guys came, takes a quick left down the
We're
hallway.
gonna die.
And he gets to the door. As you get to the door, you attempt to open it, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You find out it's locked. And there is a blue rune on the wooden door
Rune,
that
you
glows. A rune.
Can I?
A
is it-
blue scriptured rune.
what's the bonus? Well,
You can make an Arcana check.
That's what I was. Yeah, I didn't know
see
if that
if you
would
know-
count. Like if I could still do something
can
like
still
that.
do that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will make a. Would it be? Oh, sorry. Because there's investigate, then Arcana, then
So if you're trying to figure out what kind of spell it is, it'd be Arcana.
Arcana. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an Arcana check.
To see if you know what kind of
Yeah.
magic is at play.
8. Ooh, so that is 11.
Unfortunately, Vakam has no idea what kind of spell.
It runs
that
on
foot?
some form of energy.
All right, that is now your turn, and it's back to the top of the round. Kinnell's turn, and she looks over. She goes, "Oi, crack that door open just a little more, so I can shoot another bang, bang, bang. Third time's a charm, you know."
He obliges. He would oblige her.
All right,
It's the only solution we have right now.
Yeah.
dude, she's on fire.
Yeah, she.
So I rolled another 17, and she goes, "I'm going for the same one, the big brute." So she does 5 damage. All right. And as the bugbear's swinging his morning star around, you go, ah! His arm gets hit by fire, but it's the different bugbear, so she does more damage. All right, that's her turn. That's all she can do at this moment. It is now the enemy's turn. The bugbear is going to try and break the door open.
Okay.
14 plus 2 is 16, so it's to be your strength check.
Oh, I have to, that's right. I have to
Yeah,
roll.
you have to roll
Okay,
again.
that was just for that turn.
New round.
Come on, baby daddy. These are new pair of shoes. Oh, a nat 20. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, that door, baby.
So he can't open the door, and the goblin though slashes out through it to try and.
Okay.
He only rolled a 4,
Oh,
so
man,
he
I'm
misses
strong, I'm
completely.
strong, man.
It is now Yug's turn.
I'm gonna try grabbing the weapon again.
The Morning Star or the scimitar
The scimitar.
from the goblin. That
Yes.
one. Okay.
Good choice.
It makes sense. This attack.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You better roll that dice, man. You stink on that dice.
Man.
So
This is why you
5.
gotta buy multiple, man.
I know.
If you need to, I got some. If you need to use one, if it keeps rolling bad, just take
So
one.
what'd you roll? A 1.
1.
Yeah. So you're not able to get it.
Having a bad day.
Yeah, Yug's not liking it, man. All right.
Bad day.
DK?
Or night.
My turn.
Yep.
All right. So
Unless Yug does something else, you can move.
No.
All right. All right.
all right.
Yug or DK, what are you doing?
So I feel like at this point, I rolled that D20. I'm literally holding this door
Yeah.
in one hand. I'm going to try to just smack the hell out of someone's hand and get this man a weapon.
You going for the scimitar or the Morning
I'm going
Star?
for the scimitar.
Okay.
DK fire!
So you roll a natural 20. All right, so you're able to just smack the goblin's hand. I rolled a natural.
I will set it up.
So it doesn't even matter.
I'm tired
So
of this. Come here, boy.
So you take your hand and you smack this goblin. It's like a smacking a child's hand. So go ahead. So for strength punching damage, you're gonna go ahead and do unarmed damage to him. So it's just gonna be a
1d4.
no. So strength damage is just 1 plus your strength bonus or your strength modifier.
Oh, so it'd be a 5.
5. Okay. So with 5 damage times 2 because it was a crit. So you did 10 damage just by smacking the goblin's hand. The goblin takes 10 damage.
That's a big boy.
Oh my goodness. So you smack the goblin's hand so hard he screams in pain and he faints. And he drops his scimitar. He did more damage than he had. Or more HP than he had.
Wow.
He's a big boy.
Save me again.
So he drops the scimitar and this goblin here drops unconscious. He goes, ah! Which is funny, it makes sense. Giant-ass Goliath
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
grabbing. He drops his scimitar, and you still have a free action to interact with an object, so you can pick it up if you want, or you can kick it towards
Yeah,
whoever.
I'm gonna just like, hey, yo, catch.
All right.
You catch this. Here you go. Got the sword.
All right. So he passes it back to you. It is now Vakuum's turn.
So Vakuum is just sitting there looking at this door, just like, what did Vorez tell me, or say, or yell at me while he was just beating me? Something about runes. Oh, well, I'm going to try to smash it. So I'm going to try to, like, attack the rune.
Okay.
Like, more so, I guess, since I can interact with an object. You said it's, like, on the door,
Yes,
right?
it's like a rune on the door.
Okay.
It's like written on the door. Blue magic.
Oh, it's not like a actual. I was thinking more like a physical, like gym or something.
Oh no, it's
Oh.
actually just blue
Like,
lighting on
gotcha.
glowing from the door. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just try to barrel the door down.
Okay.
All right.
So interacting it was a free action, but obviously that didn't work. So go ahead and make me a strength check because you're
All right.
trying to force it open.
Okay. Ugh. 5, and my strength is plus 3, so
an
8.
So Vakuum, as awesome as he thinks he is, tries to
he is, motherfucker.
tries to force the door open, and how does he try to open it? Like with a shoulder?
Yeah, it tries to
As he
ram into.
buries his shoulder into the door, it goes nowhere. And you feel a sting in your shoulder. It didn't like attack or anything, it just hurt.
Ain't this some scimitar?
So you can still move if you want.
All right. I can move?
Yeah.
All right, so I can only use my regular speed, though, because I use an
Right,
action.
correct.
So that would be 7 spaces.
Yep.
Oh, crap. Okay. I'm going to stop here. So I might need a hand.
Wasn't that good of a plan, was it?
Well, I mean, what are you guys doing? The same thing.
Actually, no, we didn't. I made one of them bad boys. Fang ain't got his sword. Where you been?
No, I don't mean one of those people with a sword.
All right, so it is now top of the round.
Cleaning up your mess.
Exactly.
Get over here. You better start punching people.
So Kinnell looks over and she shoots. She can't really do much other than shoot the firebolt, and she shoots another firebolt. It's able to hit the bugbear swinging his mace, trying to get that door open. She does 4 damage, and she goes, "Keep it coming. I have all day." All right, Bugbear's turn. The one at the door. He's getting tired of it. He takes his mace and he just swings down at DK. For 9 plus 4, still misses.
Boy, I'm this big and you can't hit me. Something wrong with your eyes? I thought you could see in the dark.
The other goblin comes and sneaks around. He swings his scimitar at. So there's 2 goblins. That will hit
Oh, dang, this little boy hit me.
for maximum damage.
Oh, snap. This boy hitting hard.
The goblin hits you for 6 damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's 8 damage.
Okay.
Yep. And it's now Yuke's turn.
I'm sorry, DK. What was that one more time? How you doing over there, buddy? Doing well?
Better than you.
You have no room to talk.
I'm holding the door. I'm cleaning the mess you made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sounds like you ain't got nothing to say. Get over here and help me hold this door at least.
I want to say.
So you can
Open
use.
the door.
Well, he tossed the scimitar to
Yeah.
you, so you can catch it with your interact with object
Okay.
as a free action. So you can
Yeah.
still move and do an action.
Okay, so I picked up the scimitar. Tell you to open the door, and I'm going to attack.
All right, so you can go up there and actually attack someone right now because it's cracked enough where you can swing in there.
Okay, so
And he can open the door on his next turn if you want him to.
Okay, I will attack the goblin.
Okay.
Since he attacked.
All right, so go ahead and
Okay.
make your attack roll. And you have the scimitar now, so
Yes.
scimitar is 1d6 damage if you hit.
So that is 6, and then so 6 plus
So that would be
7.
a 7.
That won't hit.
That's not going to hit. So you swing down and you miss.
One hit. Yeah, one hit different die.
Now he understands having multiple die is...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Scimitar can be with your dex as well because it's a finesse weapon. So if your dex
so
is
use your
higher,
dex.
use your dex.
So it's a
Dex
+2.
+2, so
It'd be a 8.
8.
That's still, unfortunately, is going to miss.
Yeah, use one of my D20s as you need to.
I want to.
Yeah,
All right,
make sure
DK, you, buddy.
Especially D20s, because that's the main dice you use to hit and dodge. And all
Yeah.
that stuff.
All right, you.
Terrible.
It happens, man. Don't worry about it.
I need my cousin skills.
I know, right?
What's DK doing?
DK. I feel like he would and he would let go of the door since he hit me. So I'm gonna let them open the door.
Okay.
My hands are free. Now I can
So
show
the-
y'all really what
So
I'm
as you open the door, there's a bugbear and a goblin standing right in front of you.
I'm gonna hit you with that good old thunder wave. It's a level 1 bard spell.
It's very specific.
I believe it's a cone. It's a 15-foot cube.
Well, just do it, DK.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Okay.
DK, I literally have no idea what any of that meant. Just do the thing you're talking about.
You have no room.
So DK begins to cast a spell. It's Thundering Wave. You want to put like some Shazam
so
to it?
so
Describe
DK
how he does it?
So DK basically he spreads his arms as far as he can. And he's like, I'm about to tell you a story. And he's about to like clap his hands like the hawk. But he says, I once caught a fish. And before he does it, the spell activates.
Okay. So you slam your hands together. And what's the save spell DC that I have to make for them?
13.
The first one failed. The bugbear fails.
Okay.
The goblin failed.
Okay.
So
when
they
he's
both take damage and they get sent back 10
pushed
feet.
back 10 feet.
Okay. So roll your damage.
2d8
As they fly back,
thunder damage.
I'm just asking, how big was it?
So that's 6.
Okay. 6 damage.
So when he goes to clap, and he goes, this big. I once caught a fish this big.
So you clap your hands
Yeah.
together and they both get blown back 10 feet. The goblin looks like he's out of it. He's still alive, but he is knocked. The wind's knocked out of him.
Okay.
The bugbear just glares at you and growls loudly. He is upset.
I'm gonna
It
say
is-
it to you, little boy, hit me in my hands.
So go ahead and move them both back. Yeah.
5,
Yep.
10.
Mm-hmm. It is now Valkum's turn.
All right.
Malcolm ain't doing much soccer. Man. Took that name away from you.
I'm building up to it, guys. I'm building up to it. All right. So, may have made a few errors here.
You.
We all have our part to play in the blame game.
Oh, really? Man's out of his mind.
100% is the blame is on you.
But let's get some perspective. I think
You think. Please, do not think.
okay.
And we saw what that's gotten us in this situation.
Okay, White Zinfandel. I think that what you should do, since you have more proficiency in magic, is there's a rune back there, and maybe you can find out what's going on with it, because I have no clue. I'm gonna help these guys take care of their thing.
I don't want your help.
They're desperate. I must help them.
So
Desperate.
there's a rune on the door.
Yes, there is, Rihanna. We need to figure out what it is so we can get in there.
It's canal, you idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sindel.
See, I even said it wrong. Oh my gosh. It's Canal, get it right. Dang, you gonna get the bang bang next time. Better watch out. She ain't missed yet. She's literally on fire and putting people on fire.
After I tell Canal that I am gonna go finally aid my comrades in battle. Okay. So I am up here. So they're blasted back,
Yes.
right? But the door's open.
Yeah, you
so
can
I
move through allies.
can
Okay,
move through it.
so I was here.
So that's the goblin. The goblin's on the ground. He looks like the wind's been knocked out of him. He looks dizzy. He has a scimitar in his hand, but he's like,
I'm going to try to attack him. I'm going to look down. I stare down at the goblin with the stone face and just say, "It's been revoked." And then just try to stomp his face in.
okay, so go ahead and roll your d20 plus your strength.
I really hope this doesn't suck because, God, it'll look so dumb. All right. You know what? We're going to go rainbow mode with this one, with this die. It's lighter. I feel a little more safer. And I got a 5. I got a fucking 5. Okay.
What's your string?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus my strength, which is a 3. Okay. So an 8.
So because the goblin, I'm going to give this to you. Because the goblin, well, I'm not going to give it to you. You have to roll again. You have advantage only because the goblin has been knocked prone and he's dizzy. So he doesn't know what's coming. So you have the advantage on him because he doesn't know you're coming. So go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
You take the higher number. 18.
Yeah, boy!
Nice.
All right, so you do hit. So
All
go ahead and
right.
roll. It's going to be your, well, you don't roll. It's just your strength
Right.
plus 1.
Okay.
So it'd be 4.
4.
So you're stomping on him?
Yeah.
All right, so how do you stomp on him to kill him or knock him out?
I'm trying to kill him.
Okay, so
Because he's a dirty, dirty goblin. And he needs to die.
Describe what you do to his face.
Okay, so I just see him, and then I just look at him and say, "Who's the big man now, Vero?" And then, like, come down and just stomp at his face.
So you stomp into the goblin's face, and his nose and his skull just gets ruptured in. He drops unconscious. Ah! And he drops his scimitar. So you can actually pick it up as a free action if you want to.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I very much do.
You hear that thirst in his voice when he said that?
I just turn around to the guys. Hey, guys! This means absolutely nothing to you. I'm sorry. You don't really know how badass I am with a scimitar? Scommer. Scimitar.
Man, come on.
Scimitar.
We've already
So
solved this, right?
as Volcom picks up the goblin's scimitar, he looks down at it. It has seen better days. It's going to be a 1d6 die for damage.
Okay.
But the scimitar is chipped. He hasn't really sharpened it all that much. It's pretty poorly kept. But it'll do.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
So you have that. So that's all you can do for this round. It is now NPC's turn, so Canel. So Canel's going to move forward right behind Yug. And she looks over and she points her finger at the bugbear that was pushed back as well. And she goes and she shoots and she hits.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
She is, damn, yeah.
She's on fire.
For 8 damage.
God dang, girl.
So she shoots him in the chest, and his chest blows in the fire as well. He goes, ah! Ah! She goes, bang, 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 bang. So,
I can't miss.
yeah.
She ain't miss.
Looks like I can't miss. So that's her. Bugbear, though. The bugbear looks over at Bakum, and he has his warning star, and he's in pain from the fire, and you're the closest one. He swings down at you. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Your AC is a 16?
Yes.
I rolled a 19. Damn. Bugbear comes with his massive Morningstar, and he slams it up against you. And as the bugbear hits you, you feel it.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt.
Oh,
So
I'm okay. I'm okay.
because he's a brute, he does basically 1 extra die of damage with the weapon he has. So the weapon of Morningstar is 2d8s plus his strength.
So 3-5 right now.
So 8, 9 plus his strength of 2. So 11 damage.
Oh, okay.
He
So
slams his Morningstar against Vakum for 11 damage. And as you're hit, the first bugbear that was on fire, he has finally doused himself with some water. And he's up in the corner near some hay where the goblins were sleeping. And he looks over at Vakum, because that's the only person he can see. The others are at the door. And he just charges at you with his Morningstar. Ah! He swings down as well to try and...
I hate this, but it kind of feels deserved.
Because they see you just killed the goblin. They're like, ah, and he swings that down. I rolled a 15 plus 2. So that's going to hit. You have a 16. And this brute is also the same damage type. So
Remember to subtract your HP as well.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing it over here
Okay,
just so I
no,
know.
you're good.
9 plus 2. So 11 damage again.
Ugh.
I think that was the first one was 11 damage. I
It
think.
was, yeah.
So
So,
22
now I'm down
total.
to 13 HP.
Yeah.
You definitely deserve that, by the way.
So you guys,
Not helping you.
so you see these two bugbears are beating them like nightsticks.
I just went through this last night. What the hell?
All right, but the other goblin that you stomp is dead, and the one that DK slammed his foot on is dead. So that's all. So you just have these two bugbears.
Oh no, he slammed his foot. That was him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So there's only two bugbears. That's it for the enemies.
Okay.
You're up, and you have that scimitar now.
Put in that work. They beating
Will
that
I
boy.
have an advantage since they're focused on...
Yes, because the bugbears are 5 feet within your ally, and they're attacking him. You get the advantage because of your class as being an assassin rogue.
Okay.
So because you have advantage, you get your sneak attack damage bonus.
Okay. Alright. So, I will do that, and I will attack the bugbear right in front of me.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your d20. Because you have advantage, you roll twice. You take the higher number.
Okay. 6.
All right.
Go ahead, man.
No. Oh, they been a 17 too.
I mean, we can still count it. That's what it was.
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah. It's up to DM.
11.
11
Plus your dex.
plus my
Or,
dex.
yeah. Whichever's higher, your strength or your dex.
My dex.
So you'll use your dex.
2.
2.
So that's 13.
13. All right. So you come around, and this is the bugbear that was on fire from his armor. His armor had melted away from the fire. He took it off. So because of that, he doesn't have his armor. Dice tell the story, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So normally you wouldn't have hit him because of his AC, but because he has no armor, you hit him. So do your damage. So the scimitar is 1d6, and then you'll roll 2 more d6s because you have stealth or sneak attack. So 3 d6s
Roll
total,
3d6.
and then plus your dex.
So it's a plus 2 on top of this.
So it's 5, 10,
13.
13.
Plus 3.
my deck was 2. Plus 2.
All right. And your dex is a 3, right?
No, my dex is a 2.
Oh, okay. So how do you kill him?
I just, since he's concentrating on beating him, I leap up, take my scimitar over my head, and then stab him right in the back of the neck.
Whoa.
As you stab him in the back of the neck with the scimitar, the bugbear just, his eyes roll behind his or into the back of his head, and he just drops to the ground dead. And Canelo is right behind you when you do it. She looks at you. Well, damn, man. I was just going to shoot him again, but I guess that works too.
I needed some frustration taken out.
What's going on, man? Everything okay? Anything happening in your world that's throwing you off today?
Don't talk.
Okay,
Please,
that's fair.
don't talk.
Ow, I'm still getting beat. Ow.
You're up.
Alright. You mean DK.
I'm sorry. I keep
that's
mixing you two up.
That's fine,
DK's
that's
up.
Alright.
So the guy with the spear, you can move him off the map. And the girl that's kicking, remove her so you guys aren't confused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's still here?
He's dead.
Oh,
Just
okay.
take him out.
He's the. Alright. DK figures. We didn't know where our stuff is. So I'm gonna walk up to this man from behind and I'm gonna grab him.
Alright, so go ahead and roll your d20.
That's plus 4.
Okay.
So that's a 12.
12.
Yep, I'm going to grab him.
Okay. So, let me do I rolled an 18. Damn. So you're not able to. You can still say something or move. Or if you have a bonus action, like a spell or something.
No, I don't have a bonus. That was my attack. Nope, that's it. That's all I
Okay.
got.
Alright, so it is now Vakum.
Boom. Okay, so I'm getting beat. I
So yeah, as you're getting beat, you see you come from behind one of them and
kill the
and
one
just
dude.
stabs in the back of the neck, and he drops. So it's just the one now that's
Oh.
in front of you.
Oh, wait.
So,
I don't have
So I'm going to turn around now that I have a little more balance in the situation, and I'm just going to try to swing my skadoodle-doo upward and slash his throat. This goblin.
Okay.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
it's a bugbear.
Oh, bugbear. Sorry.
Medium size. So,
Yeah.
So you'll roll your d20, add your dex, or your strength, whichever you want. Whichever's higher. Oh, they're the same.
10. So 13. Yeah, 13.
So a 13.
Uh-huh.
So you go to try and slash at him. This one, however, does have his hide armor. What you got? 13.
Yeah.
Okay. That's still gonna miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it is now the NPC's turn. So Canel, she's just gonna stay where she's at. She's gonna shoot. Actually, no. Yeah, no, she'll shoot. Roll a 19.
Damn.
Dude, she's on fire.
Fire. Holy
10 damage. Okay. So
You sure you said you're not a fire?
she shoots another firebolt and it flings forward and it hits the bugbear in the face and catches his head on fire and he's screaming and he drops to the ground dead. And she goes, "Well, what do we have here? That's a charred bugbear."
So I'm just leaning over to the side with my hand on my ribs. Oh, thank God for Kristen Bell. Oh, God. Oh, thank you.
So move her into the room, though. She's going to move in, and she's going to look around. All right. So the room grows silent. You've destroyed, but defeated all the guards that were in this room. What do you guys do?
Guess explore now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks
No.
for that whole
Yeah,
thing.
thanks.
This is your fault, running off like you crazy, man.
I think we're all alive. I think we've all learned a thing or two about each other. I think we've grown from this experience. Oh, God. Okay, that hurts.
All right, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and end the first half of Side Stories Episode 4 of A Long Night, Part 1. And we will go ahead and continue this session in the next episode of Side Stories. So thank you for listening to Taverns and Caverns. Have a good one, everyone. So once again, you can always follow us on Twitter at Taverns Caverns. Again, on Twitter at Taverns Caverns. This is Ryan, the Dungeon Master for Taverns and Caverns. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM. And I'm going to go ahead and thank the other players for joining me in today's side story. So, Charlie Eskew, is there any Twitter or any social media that you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, thank you. I am at, excuse me, sorry, I am at CJ Eskew on Twitters and at author underscore CJ Eskew on Instagram. And that's kind of my stuff. Oh, and I have a Facebook page too.
Awesome. Cool. Fuji?
Pretty much Fuji Water 22 everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. That's usually where I'm at. You know, if you ever want to catch me streaming, follow me on Twitter. You know, always update. If you just want to get behind the scenes on everyday life when I'm not streaming, that's Instagram. You know, you can always come get your fresh, pure, clean, natural Fuji water. You know you're thirsty.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Get that Fuji.
Right. And Rod, do you have any social media or anything like that?
I have social media, but
I hear
I'm
you.
hardly on.
It's all good.
As far as like maybe Facebook or Twitter, and there's nothing really on it.
No problem. You don't have to hand it out. That's fine. All right. All right, everyone. Well, that's
I'm
all the
going to
players.
start a new site called skimitar.com. No, I'm just joking.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Take care.